This conference will now be recorded.
Just sit as comfortably as you can. Close your eyes. Welcome the flow of perceptions. Whatever presents itself in this moment is your experience. And you are that. Because that which presents itself is not separate from you, to which it presents itself. And that to which it presents itself is not visible, but that's you. That's the this. That presents itself to this. But the this and the that are one. There is a visible part of you that presents itself. And there is the invisible part to which it presents itself. You are both the visible and the invisible part. The visible part is finite, is limited. The invisible part isn't. If you think as a metaphor of your body, there are parts of your body you'll never see directly. For instance, the back of your head. You'll never see it directly. You may take a picture, you may look at it in the mirror, but directly you'll never see it. It's the invisible part of your body. In the same way, there is a visible part of you, the that changes. And by visible, I mean more than visible through the eyes. I mean everything which you can perceive through all the senses, through your mind, thoughts, concepts, sense perceptions, bodily sensations. That's the visible. That's the that. So the this gives itself to itself, both as the that and also as the direct perception of the this, as the awareness. The this is already the totality. The this is already whole and complete. The that which is perceived is only a part of the this, not separate from the this. When the this manifests the that, it doesn't take it, it takes it from itself, it's a part of itself, but it doesn't diminish the this in the same way as when you perceive your hand, for instance. The perceiving of your hand doesn't subtract your hand from your body remains whole. And when you don't see your hand is still part of the invisible body. The same way here. Although the that which is perceived is part of the this, I think that's perceived. The this remains whole and complete. The that never gets separate from the this, has never been. See for yourself the truth of my words. See that they exactly match your experience in this moment and in fact, always. So that this experiences itself, both in its thatness, if you will, as perceptions, objects, world, body, thoughts, and also in its thisness as awareness. That's a miracle. In that sense, that it is unfathomable, that this very simple, ordinary experience of awareness, knowing itself, is in fact the knowledge of the totality. The experience of the totality. That's why the experience of the pure thisness, nothing is missing. Sometimes people say, well, when I go to that place of pure awareness, I feel lonely. I miss the world. I miss the variety. I miss the objects. In fact, it only means they are kidding themselves. They were not in that place, because in that place, nothing is missing. They create a fake place, a fake pure awareness which was simply a blank state of the mind, an object. And then this object, of course, being part of the that and not being the this. Misses the rest, misses the this. There is ping pong being played between the this and the that constantly. But it is not a fair match, because the this is the that and much more. This apparent game of ping pong is nothing else than the this playing ping pong with itself. The that always comes back to the this. The that exists only because of the this, only as part of the this, presenting itself to itself. So the this can never be really lost to itself. Because the that has borrowed its existence from the this. That at some point, this loan gets called back, and the that returns to the this, always, where it belongs. It's the homecoming. It happens constantly, from moment to moment. Hypnotized by the that, we forget the this. The that seems important. Objects, money, people, events. The deeper in ignorance of our reality, the more involved we are with that which doesn't really matter. And as a result, things get worse in the world, in ourselves, in society, in families, in relationships. People become heartless. Some pretend to be compassionate just to be rewarded with power or money. It's a tough world out there. And it's a show. It is what it is. It teaches us about life, about ourselves, about having lost our way, about finding it back. The inner path. From this to this. This, which is hearing these words in this very moment, invisible, infinite, real, beyond time, beyond space, free, eternal. This beauty, this splendor, the sun of awareness, the light of presence. Home, We are not united in this. We are one. One this. It is not out of many one, but rather out of one, the appearance of many, but the reality of one. We cannot save the world. It doesn't make sense. But we can find our way in it the moment we have found our way. To this. And as we move through the world, having found our way, our movement in it will enlighten it just as a shooting star enlightens the sky. And reminds us of the light. Thank you.
Thank you, Frank.
Thank you, Francis, for being with us. Thank you very
Thank you,
much.
Francis.